Welcome back students. We are continuing our ray optics, and in this video we will be learning about what lens is. So in the previous lecture we have learned about what refraction, and the last topic was refraction through curved surfaces. Hope you remember, like refraction through convex or concave curved surfaces, right? So we will continue in real that topic only. So lenses, what are the lenses? These are part of the transparent material which has what? Two refracting surface, right? Now like last time I told, like there was only one refracting surface, now there will be two refracting surface, but idea remains actually same only. So how you define lenses? As I said, lenses are what? Part of a transparent material, or you say it's a portion of a transparent material which has what? Two refracting surface, and always what happens, at least one surface will be what? Curved in nature. It may be concave or convex, right? But so two sides we have, and it's always that at least one side is what? Curved in nature. So I'll talk about this. Let me write few words so that I can understand better. Okay, these are what these are? These are like portion of transparent material. Okay, which has what? Two refracting surface, right now, and it should have two refracting surface, and what is the other condition? And at least one of the surface is what? Curved. Curved means may be concave or convex. Both surface may be curved, or at least one surface we need is curved, then it will become a lens. Okay, so actually normally you say you have two type of lenses, right? Let's talk about them. So one is called convex lens, right? Convex, also you will call converging lens, convergent lens, right? Many names you can call. Other is called what? Concave lens, right? This is called what? Diverging or divergent lens, right? Concave, like mirror also you have learned. Curved mirror, when we talk, we have two type of mirror: concave mirror and convex mirror. Okay, so here is a simple idea actually. Look here, working of your concave and convex mirror you have learned. So here we learned the working of concave and convex mirror lenses also. You see there is a lot of similarity you will see. Okay, I will talk that about later. First let's define what is convex and what is concave. So convex, or also called converging or convergent lens, right? It will converge your beam. So radiations are lights incident on this lens, it will converge all the beam to one point. That's called your focus, right? Okay, look here, how you identify this lens? By shape, by watching the lens physical shape. So what happens? Look here, this made up of material in which what happens, we are generally talk two part of a lens. Okay, one is called central part, one is called marginal or like corners, right? Now so here what happens, your lens, right? This is your convex lens. So how you say this part is called central part, that's called what? Marginal part. What is this area is called central part or central portion. These are called what? Marginal, right? Now so how physically, how you say then? You say that if this lens, the central part is thicker than what? Marginal part, then this type of lens is called what? Convex lens. I'm writing few words to understand it better. What is this? You say central portion, right? Now is what? Thicker than what? Marginal portion, right? Is thick from what? Central part, then become thin on what? Up and what? Bottom, both marginal part, right? So this type of lens is called what? Your convergent lens or what? Convex lens. Then just opposite of this is called what? Your divergent, you know, this type of lens, right? Yes. So how you define that? You say that central part here is what? Thinner. Central portion is thinner than what? Marginal, right? Yes, central area is what? Thin as compared to what? The outer parts, right? Yes, this is how you identify. Actually we have many type of lens, not only like this way. Let me talk about them, what type of lenses we have. Means main categories to only convex and concave. Like in convex also we can have some type of convex lens. Okay, so let's see what they are. So small point I will discuss here, types. Okay, types of lenses. Suppose let's talk about convex. Then if both curved sides are there, like both side, as I said that lens has what, two refracting surface. Suppose both refracting surface are curved, both are like convex in shape, then this is called what? This is called biconvex lens. What is called biconvex? So here a very important terms come, like when we talk mirror, we talk about focal length and what radius of curvature. Here also we talk about radius of curvature. Okay, so here it has two surfaces, so there are two radius of curvature, like one for this part right now. It will be somewhere on this side, we can call R1. This part will be on that side, we call it R2. I'll talk about this again. Okay, so here see, radius of curvature on both sides is not equal. One is R1, one is R2. Different lens called one biconvex, right? Suppose the same lens only, it curved from both sides and this radius of curvature are equal. Suppose same lens I draw like that way. Okay, and I say this is R, that's also R. Here is what, R1, R2. Okay, then this is called equiconvex. Equiconvex. Both radius of curvature are equal, so it look same from both sides. Okay, here it may not look. Okay, then what happens? One side may be plane like this way, right? One side is plane, correct? Now, plane has radius of curvature as what, infinity. They say radius R, correct? Yes. So this is called plano-convex. Then now this is called what? Plano-convex lens, right? Correct? Yes, correct only. Now what can happen now? One side may be concave also, other side may be convex. Look here, if I draw like this way, this is most like moon shape, right? Look here, this side is what, your convex side, but this side is looking like what, concave. In same lens itself we have made what, convex and concave both, right? Radius of curvature may be same or maybe different. Let's call this is what, your R1, and that's what, your R2. Then this lens, how you read the name of this lens? Okay, this is called concavo-convex lens. Concavo-convex lens. Concavo-convex lens. This is the name of lens. This is a type of lens when you're talking convex. Same way you can say concave lenses also. Okay, suppose you draw this lens and the radius of curvature are not equal. This is R1, this is R2, right? Then this is called what, biconcave, right? If radius of curvature become equal, then same way you here also you say that this become equiconcave. This is R, that's also R. Then it's called what, equiconcave lens, right? Same way one side may be plane here like that. So one side is plane and one side is curved. Then you get this type of lens. This is a plane side, has radius of curvature infinity. This is what, R. Then it's called plano-concave. Plano-concave, correct? Same way in a concave lens you can have convex type of surface also. Okay, then how it looks like that way. Generally sunglasses are made up of this type of lens. I will discuss like this. So you see, that's right, like this. Okay, this is suppose R1, this is R2. You see, this is what, this is your convex side. You see, this is what, your concave side. So how you read the name? You read this side concavo. No, sorry, concave, convex. You read like this name. So you call convex-concave lens. So these are the shape of the lenses. You call their name like this one. Okay. No. Okay, any lens you have, convex or concave, doesn't matter. Few things will be common, like we have learned in mirror also. We have defined few points, general point, like what is pole, what is focus, what is principal axis, these things. Same ideas are here also. Okay, so suppose this lens I am taking. Okay, yes. Look here, small things. Okay, this is called optical center. This point is called, like in mirror we have called pole, right now. So pole is there, identical to that is what, called optical center. So this point is called what, optical center, correct? Optical center. Because lenses are generally circular in shape, so we talk about what, the aperture. One word we call is called aperture. This word will come, new word. Aperture means what? This is called like effective diameter of lens. we have to talk aperture word is almost like effective diameter of your lens, and this is very important here because this will be related with what intensity, how much light is passing through that what lens. Will talk about this. Okay, then we talk about focus, something called principal focus. What is important here, look here, focus we have learned there also, then we have learned focal length in mirror also, right? So in mirror we have only one focus right now, yes, on one side, but here you see curvature are on both sides, so there will always two focus, right, two radius of curvature, right? Yes, so focus means what? There are two focus, right? In case of lens, right? In lenses, if both sides are curvature, there will be what? Two focus, you know, right? Yes. Now look here, how you define focus actually. You say that if rays are coming parallel to your principal axis, this is called your principal axis. Again, same line, right now. This line is called what? Your principal axis. If you draw a line like this one, then this line is called what? Optical axis. Okay. So if rays are coming parallel to principal axis, either they will meet at focus or appears to meet at focus, right now. So first focus will be that if rays come parallel, they will meet at some focus, there's one focus, or light start from the focus, they will become parallel, that is called what? Your other focus. So on both sides we have focus. Okay, suppose let's continue this. Okay, suppose here we have focus f1, this is focus f2. So suppose rays comes parallel like that way, parallel to your principal axis, obviously after refraction they will meet what? Here, right? Or opposite of this you do, this is your f1, that's your f2. Suppose you put an object here, then rays will go to like that way, and after refraction that becomes what? Parallel. It's just opposite of that picture. Okay, so we have two focus always in case of what? Same we can do for our concave lens also, meaning will remain same exactly. Okay, yes. What we are interested here, we are interested in drawing the ray diagrams like we have done for what? Your mirror also, like concave mirror and convex mirror, both we have drawn the ray diagram, exactly same ray diagram we will draw here also. So first here we learned some rule for drawing them. Okay, so so what I am writing here, rules, okay, for drawing ray diagram, right now, drawing ray diagram. So what rules you have to follow? Exactly same rule almost like what you have learned in mirror. Okay, what you have learned in mirror, that a ray coming parallel to principal axis, after refraction it will pass through the focus, right? Exactly same rule here also. What rule? A ray parallel, I am writing in short, parallel to principal axis after refraction. Okay, here refraction happening, not reflection, it will pass or appears, right now. Really they can pass, like in our convex lens, they will meet at focus. In your concave lens, divergent lens, they will appears to meet. Okay, virtually they will meet, so they can pass or appears to pass. Okay, pass through what? Focus, and vice versa. Second rule I am writing directly. If you place an object, a ray which is what? Like coming parallel to principal axis, after refraction passes to focus, a ray passing through focus will become parallel to what? Principal axis. Okay, this rule is same exactly what we have learned in their mirror. Okay, mirror, what happens? Same side they meet. Here what happens? On other side they will meet. I will show you. Okay, so this is rule number 1. Rule number 2. Okay, remember rule number 2, there we have learned like if suppose a ray in mirror, I am talking, ray come toward your pole, then reflect by what? Same angle, right now. So here what will happen? If ray is coming to what? Your optical center, it will pass straight without deviating, right now. A ray coming toward optical center, right, like pole we say in mirror, right? Yes, a ray coming to optical center will pass without deviation, right now, without deviation. it will not deviate. Suppose this is what your lens, and I say ray coming what parallel to this lens. This is your focus. This is focus. Okay. After deviation, it will pass through what here. Correct. Or this say like a ray which is coming to what, this optical center. A ray which is coming to optical center means if some ray is coming like that way. Suppose this is your object place here. I am saying this is your object. A ray passing through this point will pass straight and meet somewhere here. So this will be your image from here on the other side. Correct. A ray coming parallel after reflection passes the focus. Okay, a ray passing through the optical center will go straight. This angle and this angle will be same, right? The rule is actually same only. Okay. Then if you want to write the fourth rule, actually two rule I wrote here itself. I just wrote vice versa here, opposite also true. Ray coming to optical center will pass without deviation. And one rule we have learned, remember, a ray passing through like center of curvature, right now? Yes, exactly same rule here also. Suppose a ray, okay, passing through 2f will, like if ray is coming through what, 2f, so after refraction what happens? After refraction, like in mirror what happens is retrace path, right? It goes back again to what, 2f. Here also it pass through 2f only, but other side. Okay, so for this side is coming through 2f, and then on this side will pass through what, 2f. So a ray passing through 2f after refraction will pass through 2f on other side, right? Because there are two focus always. Yes. So suppose using this you want to draw ray diagram. Suppose this is some lens. This is f. This is f. That's 2f. That's what, 2f. Suppose you want to put some object. This is object. Okay. No, it's not looking good object. But I put a point object here. Suppose this is a point object. A ray will come here. So a ray coming through what, 2f. After reflection passes through what, 2f. Like this way only it will pass. Correct? Okay. So these are the rules, and then we have learned sign convention also. Who is positive, who is negative, all rules remain same here. So we'll talk about sign convention. So same rule only what you have learned. So I'm not writing, just understand this. Suppose this is direction of light. This is direction of light. So any distance measured in direction of light is called positive. Yes, called positive. The height of the object above the principal axis is called positive, and below is called negative. Right? Same rule. There is no change. So I'm not writing here. So if measure any distances along the direction of light, then that's called positive values. Right? If you're going against the direction of light, okay, light coming like this way, you're going like that way, then it's called what, your negative distances. All distances measured with respect to what, optical center only, right? Yes. Okay. So this I will talk again when we do numerical on this. First, now what we are interested in drawing the ray diagrams. We will put object at different positions, then we'll draw where the image will be formed, and we'll talk about their nature. Like in mirror we have learned, like your concave mirror can make real and virtual image, convex make only what, virtual image. Same way, exactly same, opposite will happen here. Okay, name you see, they will look opposite. Like whatever things concave mirror did, no, same things will be done by like convex lens. And whatever convex mirror did, same things will be done by what, your concave lens. It will be very, very interesting, and similar things only. One important word came here, I forgot to tell you, aperture, where I wrote this aperture. Let's talk about this little bit here. What happens, your intensity of light passing through a lens is directly proportional to what, aperture. Okay, aperture and square. Or if you confuse about aperture, I'm writing that intensity is proportional to what, your diameter square. Okay, it's very, very important, remember here, because some numerical will come where I will talk about this. Okay. Okay, so we're doing the image formation by what? Convex lens first. So all the cases we talk convex lens, okay, all type of images, real or virtual, will be just exactly similar to what like you have done for what? Concave mirror. So remember that if you confuse, this is what your equivalent. All images, ray diagrams will be equivalent to what? Equivalent to what? Concave mirror. It's very very important to relate them. Okay, they are not equivalent. The ray diagrams like answers of these will be exactly similar to that. Okay, and magnification also. Okay, let's talk first case. We put object like what we have done here, that I am doing here all 6 cases. In 5 cases, you know that this concave make real image, then last case make what? Virtual image. Exactly same things will happen here also. Okay, yes. Object is placed at what? Infinity. Case 1, where is the object placed? At infinity. Remember? So let's see. This is your lens and this is your principal axis. So rays, object placed at infinity. Object placed at infinity, rays will become what? Parallel, right now? Rays will become parallel. So suppose some parallel rays are coming. So one ray coming and passing through optical center, it will pass straight, right now. One ray coming like that way, okay, it appears to like passing. Okay, I am drawing a little wrong. I should draw like this one. Suppose this is a focus and this is your focus. A ray coming parallel toward this focus, or a ray passing through the focus. I should draw parallel ray. Okay, it will come here, that becomes parallel, so they will meet on the other focus. What rays I drawn? One ray passing through optical center, right? Ray 1, it goes undeviated. Second ray passing through the focus becomes what? Parallel after the refraction from the lens, right? So they'll meet here, an image will be formed at the focus, correct? Okay, so image is formed what? Where at what focus the image will form? Second focus, right? Okay, what's the nature of the image? It's a real image. Really they are meeting, so it's a real image. Real image is always inverted. Yes, inverted. And you know that what? Size is what? Very small in size, right? Okay, I'm starting very small in size. Okay, let's bring this first. Let's bring object more closer, right? Remember all 6 cases there, same cases we're doing here. Now you put close to what? 2f, just behind what? 2f. So you said second case, like here. So where are you putting object? I'm writing here beyond 2f. Okay. So let's write this is your f, also what f. This is what your 2f. On this side is your 2f. Okay. So now I'm putting object what here. This is your object. It's placed at what? Close to what? 2f, or away also, but beyond what? 2f only. Okay. Yes. So let's draw. Say one ray coming parallel. This is a parallel ray coming. It should pass through the focus. So it should pass through the focus like that way. Okay. Correct. Okay. Then what will happen? One ray passing through the focus like that way. Okay, should become what? Parallel. It should become parallel like that way. So they will meet here. This is your image form. So rays are really meeting. Again, real image is formed. So object placed beyond 2f. Where is image formed? Between what? F and what? 2f. Same answer also you got for your concave mirror. I said all answer will be exactly same. Okay. What is the nature? Real, inverted, and you say what? Small. Correct. Object bringing close and close. Image is going away and away and becoming what? Larger, right? Okay. Let's talk third case. Then you know that we'll put object at what? At 2f. So let's put at 2f. This is your lens. F. This is what? 2f. Say that's also 2f. Object is placed on 2f itself. So where is the object placed? Third case at what? 2f. You know the image is formed at what? 2f. How? One ray coming parallel passes through what? Focus. one ray passing through focus becomes what? Parallel. So they will meet again at what? 2f only. The really meeting, so image will be real, inverted and same in size, right? So image formed as 2f only, real, inverted and same in what size? Exactly same. Correct? Okay, let's go to next case, case number 4. You bring even close, you put your object between f and 2f, right? So this is your lens, this is f, this is what? 2f, and this is what? 2f. Okay, object is placed between what? F and 2f, means what? Here one ray coming parallel passes through what? Focus. One ray either passing through focus, or you can talk about this also. So passing through the focus, let's say, becomes what? Parallel. Okay, so they should meet what? After 2f. My drawing is not little good. Okay, here they are meeting, correct? Okay, so what is the answer? Case number what? 4 you are talking between what? F and 2f. Here is your object place, image formed what? After 2f or beyond 2f. Image is what? Real, inverted and large, correct na? Size is increasing, object you bringing close and close, image going away and away, and size also what? Increasing. Okay, let's talk about next case. Fifth case, opposite of the first case, object is placed at focus, image formed at what? Infinity. So f, this is f, object placed on the focus itself here, right? Yes. So fifth case we are talking at what? 2f, object places, sorry, at f only, focus. So when you put object focus, this is a ray coming parallel, passes through what? Focus, next focus, right? Or a ray passing through what? Optical center will pass straight. Okay, so these two rays becomes now what? Parallel. So they will meet at what? Infinity only, right? Yes. So image will formed at infinity, real, inverted and what? Very large, correct? Yes. These were 5 cases when object will make what? Real image, just like what? Your concave mirror, same answers all. Okay, magnification answer will be also same, I will tell you. Okay, last case is what? Special. If you bring your object too close, between you put between focus and your optical center, right now. So 6th case where you putting between focus and what? Optical center, right? So okay, I need little big space here. This is what? Your lens, this is called focus, this is 2f, f, 2f, this is your optical center. Oh, correct. So object is placed very close, means where object is placed what? Here. This is object position, right? So now you want to draw the ray diagram, it will make a virtual image. How it will make virtual image? Let's see. One ray coming what? Parallel, correct? It will pass through the focus, we know, right? Yes. So let's pass it through the focus. This is passing, correct? Okay, now look here. Another ray you want to draw, but you know that directly you cannot draw. Okay, so what you will do? A ray pass through what? Look here, passing through the optical center. So these ray actually looking divergent. Okay, they will never meet in this, really they will never meet, but if you extend them backward, if you extend them backward like here, this ray also you extend backward, then they will meet what? Here somewhere, correct? So this is what your object, that's what your image. So a virtual image will be formed in this case, right? A virtual image will be formed. So remember, where is image formed? So you want to write positions, you can write anything like between f and 2f on this side, but this is what? Virtual. Now virtual, erect, virtual image always erect only, upright and large in size. Yes, there also last case we make concave mirror, virtual image make, and always size is always bigger than the object, right? Magnification will be always what? More than 1. Okay. This one I have done for what, your image formation by a convex lens. Then let's talk about your concave lens also. Second case, image formation by a concave lens, right? So two cases only we'll talk, because this make always a virtual image. Either you put object before the focus or you put after the focus, doesn't make any difference. Always make what, virtual image, and size will be always what, less than the size of the object, like we have done for what. So convex lens image formation just look like what, concave mirror. Similarly what, concave lens image formation will be equal to what, your convex mirror. Always make virtual image, correct na? Okay. So where you can put your focus, you can put before f or after f. Two cases we'll talk right now. So this is what your lens. Okay, this is f, this is f. Suppose you put your object anywhere before the focus. Either you can put before the focus or after focus also, doesn't make any problem. Okay. Suppose first case I am writing here. Your object placed at infinity, okay, rays come parallel, object placed at what, infinity. Your object is placed very, very far, okay, rays will come what, parallel, okay. So look here, one ray suppose passing through the focus, one ray coming parallel, passing through focus like this one, it should become what, parallel, like that way. Clear? Only a ray passing through the focus becomes what, parallel. And now what happens, one ray, yes, I drawn correct only, I think there is no problem. I should draw like this way, because really they should not meet. Let me correct it. One ray passing through optical center, first let's write this one, it will pass straight, no problem, correct na? It will pass like that way, okay, this is your focus. And one ray which appears to look like coming towards the focus, like that way, okay, it will become what, parallel. It was passing actually through this focus in real, but it got diverted like that way. So if you want to make your image now, okay, then what you have to do, you have to extend it what, backward. This ray you extend backward, they will meet here. So this is what your virtual image, this is what your image, and this is what virtual image. So I told you, this case you talk, or you even you bring your object close to here, always what happens, always this lens, okay, what make it, make what, a virtual image, erect, upward, and small in what size, correct. So the magnification about lenses, this will be exactly similar to what your convex and concave mirror. I'm writing together now, I'm writing summary of both. Look here, that convex, you call convex lens you talk, or you talk what, your concave mirror, correct. These guys what they can do, they can make real image also, they can make what, virtual image also. Real means magnification is called negative, again all type means what, small, big and equal size, and this guys make virtual larger only, correct na? It can make virtual image but larger than the object. While the other two lenses, what you say, concave lens, right na? Concave lens, or you talk your convex mirror, these guys make what, only virtual image, but what, always small, right? So same rule will there, magnification like M is negative, then it's called real image, M is positive means what, virtual image. So all ideas are exactly similar. So I have drawn ray diagram, then I will talk small point about this, okay, more. So look here, small questions they ask, theory questions that I'm talking now, like they cut the lenses, then they ask what is new focal length of these lenses, okay, they make lenses with different material, okay. So one by one I'm talking, okay. So first like when I talk like cutting of lenses, okay, cutting of what, lens. If you cut a lens, then what happens, again you can cut a lens in two ways, okay. Suppose you have a lens like this one, this is your lens, it has focal length of f, okay. We calling equiconvex lens, okay, both radius of curvature are equal. Now you cut, suppose this lens is cut like that way, How? Like that. Okay, so you'll get like 2 piece, this 1 piece, that's what 1 piece. Then I ask you now, what is focal length of these 2 pieces? What is the answer? Same, it will not change, because focal length in lens depends on curvature. Here curvature is not changing, just size is changing. Okay, so what happens in this case? If I ask you what is focal length of this, what is the answer? F only. What is the answer of this? F. Focal length will not change if you cut like that way. What will change here? Intensity will change, because intensity depends upon, I told you, aperture. Aperture diameter, that's what changing right now. Yes. So here in this case, okay, if you cut like that way, focal length doesn't change. Right. What will change? Intensity will change. How much light passing will change in this case. If you cut like this way, your focal length will, not only 2 pieces, you can cut 3 pieces also, again focal length will not change. Then same lens you cut like this way, this is a lens of focal length f. Okay, suppose, look here, these two, they can make some combination, then they ask you new focal length. Look here, suppose this question I put like that, I say that these two lenses are placed close now like that way. Now some light is passing through, then what is the combined focal length? Combined. Hope you remember, we will talk, if you don't know, they will talk that how to add two focal length. Your inverse addition, like 1 by f is equal to what? 1 by f1 plus 1 by what? f2, right now. So if these two focal lengths you add, thickness is increase. Look here, so if you want to add them, we will talk about formulas, like 1 by f net is what? 1 by f plus 1 by f, right? Like 2 by f, or f dash becomes what? F by 2. So if combined focal length they are asking, combined, then the answer becomes like these together. What is the answer? 2f. Sorry, I wrote wrong. F by what? 2. This is a net focal length. Like I have cut this lens of focal length f, cut into 2 pieces. Each piece has focal length f and f only, no change in focal length. I put them together like this way, then focal length becomes f by 2. Or I put like this way, one lens like this way, one lens like upright like that way, right? This is f, this is f. Now what is the combined focal length? What is the answer? F becomes now what? Infinity. Why? If you add like this way, you see that there is one plane sheet only. Thickness becomes equal. Thickness from here to here, this thickness, that thickness, all thickness are equal, become like a plane sheet. Okay. So in this case, the combined focal length becomes what? Infinity. In this case, combined focal length becomes what? F by 2. Individually, f only. Okay, no change. Okay. So now I'm cutting like that way. This had be a lens of focal length f. I cut like that way. You will get 2 pieces. One that piece, one what? That piece. Correct na? Now what happens? Actually focal length is directly proportional to what? Your thickness. Like here thickness does not change, so focal length does not change. Here thickness got double, focal length becomes half, right now. So here thickness is what? Reduce, means focal length will increase. So focal length of this piece becomes what? 2f. This piece becomes what? 2f. Once more, if you want to write words, then you say that focal length, okay, focal length is inversely proportional to what? Your thickness. More the thick lens, less is the focal length. Thin lens, more focal length. So this lens you had f. If you cut into 2 pieces like this one, each piece has 2f, 2f. Suppose you make some combination. What you can make combination? You can put 2 lenses like that way. One lens here, one lens here. This is 2f, that has 2f. What is the combined focal length of these 2 lenses? Correct na? What is the answer? You add them. Same rule. 1 by f, this is 1 by 2f, 1 by 2f, that becomes 2 by f. So what is combined focal length? That becomes what? Okay, I am writing here. Combined they are asking of these two, then becomes f only. Individually what? 2f, 2f, right? Okay. You can put like this. Is there any other combination you can put? No, like this way only, right? Okay. So this is your answer. This is what you're cutting of what? Your lens. If you cut a lens, then what will happen, right? Okay, cutting of lens I discussed with you. When you cut a lens, then what happened to focal length? Okay, then I'm talking small points. Suppose a lens is made up of different material, not only one material. Okay, generally lens is made up of one material only, but if one lens is made up of different layers of different material which has what? Different mu. Okay, refractive index. Suppose one lens is made up of 2 material, 3 material, 4 material which has different what? Mu, refractive index. Okay, then it will make what? like number of images it will make will be equal to what, how many type of materials we have, not how many layers, how many type of mu or material we have, it will make that much number of the images. Okay, then what will happen, then lens will make number of images equal to what, number of equal to what, number of mu's. Okay, how many mu we have. Okay, if you not understood, I'll draw picture. Suppose this lens is made up of two material. This is one material has mu1, this material has what, mu2. Then number of images will be what, 2 in this case. Please write in words properly. Two material is made up, number of images will be what, form 2. But suppose the same lens only I make it 4 part. This is made up of material mu1, this is made up of what, material mu2, okay, mu2, this is made up again mu1, let's say, and this is made up again what, mu2. 4 layers are there, but materials are what, 2 only, right now. So number of images in this case will be also what, 2 only, not 4. So number of images depends upon how many materials we have, not how many layers. 2 layers, 4 layers, but same material, like 2 material here, and here material also what remains 2. So 2 mu's are there, so 2 images will be formed. Clear? Okay. Then what happens, lens, we know that when light passes through lens, generally split into what is colors. Okay, we have 7 colors in light, so all colors have different focal lengths. So generally all color doesn't meet at the same focus, they will make their what, separate focus. Red color focus will be different, violet color will be different, right now. So this where they will make focus, or what is their focal length, the focal length and the wavelength are actually directly proportional. Okay, remember that. This question also they can ask you that focal length of colors, right now, is directly proportional to what, their wavelength. Remember that f is directly proportional to what, lambda, right? Suppose you have lens. Actually this is a defect in lens, it's called chromatic aberration. I will talk about this when I discuss next topic, prism. Okay, so suppose light is coming, okay, then one focus will be here, one focus will be here, one focus will be here. So different color will make what, different focus. We are interested that who will be farthest, who will be what, nearest, correct na? So focal length directly proportional to what, wavelength. Red color has highest wavelength, right? Lambda red, this is maximum, this is maximum, means your focal length of red color will be what, maximum, means the farthest will be what, your red color, this is what your red color, right? So red color image will be formed here. Then you know the violet is minimum, right now. Okay, you can understand from here itself. So this color will be what, your violet image here. Clear? With pure order, right? Red color will be what, farthest distance. Okay, yes. So this is what, focal length and what, wavelength relation. Okay, then what happens now, sometimes they say that a part of lens is what, covered with the black cloth. I told you like how much light passing intensity is directly proportional to what, aperture square or diameter square. If part of your lens is covered with black paper, then it will make image only, but the intensity of the image will what, reduced. So I am writing here, if a part of lens is covered with black cloth or black paper, anything is just covered so that light doesn't pass through that part. Okay, then what will happen, it will make full image. Okay, it will make full image will be full. Okay, no problem, but intensity will be reduced. Intensity or you say clarity of that image will be reduced. Okay, intensity will be reduced, correct? These are theory questions. Small numerical also they ask you, like what is the power of lens, what is net focal length. Okay, let's talk about them. Power of lens is what? Power of lens, like mirror also we said, power is equal to 1 by f. F should be in what? Meters, correct? Or you can write 100 by what? F in what? Centimeter, your choice, right? Unit of power you know is called, power is what? Unit is what? Diopter, right? SI unit of power is called diopter. We write capital D. So power can be positive, power can be negative, right? So you know that if this is what convex lens or you have concave lens, here power is what positive, here power is what negative, you know, right? Converging or diverging lens. Okay, converging lens has positive power, diverging lens has what negative power. Okay, power. Then combination we talk, combination of lenses. If two lenses or three lenses are placed close, then what is net focal length, what is net power, right? Now again here we have two options. Suppose here lens placed closed, these are placed very close to each other. Okay, like this is one lens, okay, another lens placed very close. This is power P1, power P2, focal length f1, f2. Then we are asking what is the net focal length of this combination. So net focal length simply inverse addition. 1 by f will be equal to what? 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2. It goes on. Simply inverse addition. Power is what? Just P1 plus P2 with sign, like some as like I drawn both convex lens. Okay. So positive power, some lens is convex, other is concave, then that power will be what? Negative. So with sign convention you have to add this. Okay, this is a power. But what happens if they are placed at some distance? Okay, second case, lenses placed d distance apart. Okay, sometimes they will place at some distance, right? So one lens, another lens, and this is a distance d between them. Focal length f1, focal length f2, power p1, power p2, right? Now some object is placed here, they will make image, so we have to find combined focal length and combined power. Then how this formula get modified? 1 by f will be equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2 minus d by what? f1, f2. This is a difference. What term coming? Minus d. This is the distance between these two lenses by what? f1, f2. Correct. Same way power will also get changed. What is power formula? It will be power p is what? P1 plus p2 minus d times of what? P1, p2. Like this will come. But rarely we have to use this type formula. Maximum time we'll use this only. Okay. Yes. This is what combination of lenses, the net focal length if we are combining. Then remember, in mirrors we have learned a special formula that's called Newton's formula. In Newton's formula, the distances are measured with respect to what? Focal length. Exactly same question can be asked here also. So I am writing here point number 7, Newton's formula. Right. So Newton's formula says that it measures distances of the object and image with respect to what? Focal, right? Focus. So how we write? Same way, like x is equal to what? Focal length is given by what? Root of what? x1, x2. Exactly same formula we wrote for mirror also. So here x1 is called distance of object from what? Focus. And x2 is what? Distance of image. Correct na? From what? Focus. Clear? Yes. So this is also called what? Newton's formula. We write for lenses also, we write for mirror also. Okay, now we'll come to the main numerical things, which is called your magnification and what? Your lens maker formula or lens formula, right now. Okay, so point number 8 I'm talking. Magnification, right? Magnification. So I told you already comparison that your convex lens magnification and image formula is similar to what? Concave mirror, right now, and opposite for what? Other lens, right? Okay, so magnification formula also writes formula look almost similar, small change only in sign. Okay, so look here, magnification how you write? You write height of the image by height of the object. Yes, you're right. Correct na? Then in terms of v and u, in case of mirror you wrote minus v by u. Here just you write v by u this much only. Okay, this much only. There what was what? Negative sign was there. Okay, so that you don't write here. Then you wrote in terms of focal length and what? Like object distance. Same here also, f by f plus u. This is change here. There is a minus sign was there in case of mirror. Here no minus sign. Here there was a minus sign. Here it is what? Plus sign. So small changes here. Do not confuse. Okay. See the mirror formula. Mirror, the magnification case of mirrors and what? Magnification case of your lens. They look similar, but there is small difference in what? Signs. And f minus v upon f. This is exactly similar. Okay, this is exactly similar to what you mirror only, but there is change here. In mirror, here is f minus u, here is what plus, and there is minus in case of what mirror here. So these all are what your magnification. Correct? Okay. Then last numerical thing that mainly we have to do all problems based on this called what your lens maker formula or lens formula, right now. Okay. So I'm writing here lens maker formula or lens formula also, correct na? So what is lens maker formula? Say that you have any type of lens, correct na? So you have this radius of curvature r1, r2. Okay, suppose this is a lens, this has radius r1, r2. Okay, yes, it's made up of some refractive index mu l. Mu l means lens is placed around some surrounding. This is surrounding, maybe air or some medium. Let's call mu m. This is mu medium, correct na? Then the focal length and mu, how the related is given by the derivation also there, we don't need. Okay, so 1 by f is equal to what? Mu minus 1 into what? 1 by r1 minus 1 by what? r2. This is what your lens maker formula, you know. Okay, derivation you learned, I am not teaching you. Okay, lens maker formula, now listen carefully. 1 by f, focal length, that's also what your power. So you can, this formula also you can write as p is equal to what? Mu minus 1 into what? 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2, it will work, correct na? Yes. Now what you have to focus in this formula? This is focal length. Okay, so mu is a relative refractive index. Mu is what? Refractive index. Like a lens, suppose is placed in air only, then mu of the, okay, look here, what is mu actually? Relative. Mu of the lens by what? Mu of the medium. Always remember, it's very, very important. People do wrong here. What is mu? Not just lens, it's a relative. Okay, mu of the lens by mu of the medium. Suppose lens is placed in air itself, then it's just mu of the lens itself, because mu lens placed in air means mu of the lens by mu of the air. Air is what? 1. So simply become equal to the mu of the lens only. But suppose lens is placed in water or kerosene, then write it carefully, mu of the lens by mu of the medium. So mu is that. Okay. Then when you write this formula, always you write sign convention for r1, r2. You write what? Sign convention for r1, r2. Suppose this is your first surface, right now, light coming this direction, this is the direction of light. Then the radius of curvature of first surface will be somewhere here, so that will have positive. So r1 will be what? Positive. But in this case now r2 will be what? Negative, correct? So that you have to put sign like this will be r1 minus, again minus r2, right? If this lens is there, right? Yes. Suppose this lens is there, then what will happen? Suppose I am this r1, this is what? R2. So curvature of light coming, suppose like that, it's the direction of light. R1 center will be here. So if you want to measure r1 distance, you have to go against the light. So r1 will be what? Negative. R2 center will be what? Here. So r2 will be positive, right? Yes. This is the main formula. Then you have to put what? Sign convention of these two always. Suppose you have planar type of lens, like this lens, and this is plane. Then r2 is what? Obviously what? Your infinity. R1 will be out like somewhere here, right? This is the direction of light. Then r1 is negative and r2 is what? Infinity. So 1 by infinity term becomes what? 0. Okay. Yes. So these were all theoretical things about what lenses. If I miss anything, I'll tell you in next lecture when I solve the numericals on this. Okay. So next lecture will be complete numericals, large number of questions you have to solve on lens, because it's very important from exam point of view. Okay. So we have done all things about lenses, and I told you again, it's simple to understand the comparison between lens and what? Your mirror. Your convex lens image formation magnification rule is similar to what? Like your concave mirror, right now? Similar concave lens, right? All rules are similar to like what? Your convex mirror, right? Hope you understood all these things. Okay, this much only for today. Have a good day. Bye.